everybody. Hello. How is everybody doing?
Good morning.
It's Wednesday.
It is Dad Joke Wednesday, as a matter of fact.
It is.
So
indeed.
very much looking forward to everybody's jokes. Hopefully you guys are having a better day than Ashley Biden, who is divorcing her husband of 13 years, Dr. Howard Krein. So the Biden family as a whole does not do well
With
in
marriage.
marriages. They are not particularly good at that. But, you know, she's trying to put like sort of a positive spin on it, I guess, as you would. She posted on her Instagram stories, it's now deleted, but she shared like a series of sort of, you know, like these posts that were like, I'm doing so good, freedom from Beyonce was playing in the background. And she posted a quote saying, new life, new beginnings means new boundaries, new ways of being that won't look or sound like they did before. She's doing a lot of freedom themed posts right now.
Okay.
So she's making the best of it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, leave it to Laura Loomer to get the scoop, because she is an investigative journalist, as you know. She says that a source tells her that the reason Ashley is getting divorced is because her husband was having an affair with two blonde party girls. And one of those girls told Ashley this week about the affair, which prompted her to file. I don't know if that's true, but that is according to Laura Loomer.
Not one, but two? Damn.
Two blonde party girls.
Yeah. He's a plastic surgeon, by the way.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, that's what he does. And he also had an unofficial advisory role for Biden in 2020 regarding COVID-19. Just FYI. I mean, because plastic surgeons will do that.
Right. They know all the things about.
They know a lot about
infectious disease.
Right. Makes all the sense, you guys. Yeah.
All right. So anyway, that is happening. So congrats, or I'm sorry this is happening to you, Ashley. I don't know
whatever. Either way. Yeah, you guys should check out our socials, chicksonright.com/links. Do that. Also, subscribe to this podcast. Please do that. Click the button. Please do that. And then please think about joining our insiders or locals. Please do that. Those are your people. They are. You should do that.
It's so good in there. Those groups are fantastic. For real.
Freaking-tastic. Yes.
Also, quick programming note, and that is we are not going to have a show on Friday. You guys, this is back to school week, and we're going to be taking our kid back to college. So we're just going to enjoy some extra time.
Not our
together.
Kid. Not our kid. But I know people think we live together. We're not.
Right.
That's not us,
our collective kid, but like my kid.
Yes.
Yes.
She has to drive her kid to another state to do that. I'm not at that point yet, at which time when I am at that point, I will be in a corner rocking back and forth in the fetal position. I'm not there yet. Not there yet.
So just put it on your little calendars that on Friday, we will not be having a show. Right. But we'll be back on Monday, and we're going to have a show tomorrow, and everything is fine. And you guys are going to be just fine.
You're going to be fine. You will be, yes.
And you know what else is fine is the economy. The economy is doing great. Caroline Levitt held a presser yesterday and gave some stats about the economy that were of interest. Here she is.
Wage growth for American workers is beating inflation once again. As inflation declines, this administration continues to be wholeheartedly committed to putting more money back into the American people's pockets. American real wages are up 1.3% over last year and have increased each month since President Trump took office. And small business optimism, according to this morning's report, has also reached a 5-month high. Ignore the panicans and trust in President Trump. That is our motto here at the White House. The America First economic agenda is working. In January, when this president showed up to the White House, the 6-month annualized core inflation rate was 3.7%. Today, 6 months later, the 6-month annualized core inflation rate is 2.4%. So we are trending in the right direction. Moving forward, since President Trump took office, for another 6 months, inflation will be tracking at 1.9%.
It's all good stuff.
It's all good. Yeah. Ignore the panicans. I think that's great advice.
That is the motto. That is so great.
I love it.
Have you guys noticed that when she talks, I love her so much, by the way. Like she is, I want to be her when I grow up.
Right. and she's 27.
Right. I mean, she's just such a phenomenally effective press secretary.
Yep.
But you know what I love is like her little things, like where have you seen how she bounces when she talks?
Yeah.
Like she'll go, like she kind of does this little thing forward. You know what I mean? Yeah. I love that. I love all of her little things.
Her little
They're just
idiosyncrasies.
So cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she's just so freaking good at her job. So the good news was traveling. The economic news was traveling around various news platforms yesterday. A councilman on economic affairs, whose name is Steve Moran, talked about this also on a news program. Here he is to explain even more of the good news.
I see inflation that's running pretty well behaved. Inflation is tame. It's, consumer price inflation is running at a 1.9% annualized rate since the president took office. And that's an example of the effects of the president's profoundly disinflationary policies of deregulation, border control, energy abundance, and tax incentives to boost capital stock. That's all very powerful in bringing down inflation, and you're seeing it start to work.
It's good stuff, you guys.
It's great stuff.
And Trump, he always has something to say to the naysayers. And there are people who are still out there like predicting doom and gloom because of his tariff policy. So if you want to read his tweet about that, here it is.
Trillions of dollars are being taken in on tariffs, which has been incredible for our country, its stock market, its general wealth, and just about everything else. It has been proven that even at this late stage, tariffs have not caused inflation or any other problems for country other than massive amounts of cash pouring into our treasury's coffers. Also, it has been shown that for the most part, consumers aren't even paying these tariffs. It's mostly companies and governments, many of them foreign, picking up the tabs. But David Solomon and Goldman Sachs refuse to give credit where credit is due. They made a bad prediction a long time ago on both the market repercussion and the tariffs themselves, and they were wrong, just like they are wrong about so much else. I think that David should go out and get himself a new economist, or maybe he ought to just focus on being a DJ and not bother running for a major financial institution. It's okay. All right, I like that.
So he's just not going to hear any of this negativity, and good on him for that. And, when even CNN is admitting there's some good stuff here in the data, then there's some good stuff in the data. Here is CNN admitting as much.
When you look at the key categories that we always look at, energy, food, and shelter, energy fell by 1.1%. That was largely driven because of gas prices falling in the month of July by 2.2%. Look at that food. I mean, this is where people spend their money, right? Food every single day. Food flat, 0%, and actually down at the grocery store by 0.1%.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
It's all good.
Things.
Yeah, and he's like, negativity, I'm Teflon Don,
That's exactly right. And then leave it to the Babylon Bee to always have the best headlines. So they wrote, Jerome Powell says he won't lower interest rates until he can be sure it won't help Trump.
It's so true. God, the Fed is so stupid, It's like one guy controls that. I hate that.
I know.
I hate it.
It's ridiculous. It's
It
absolutely ridiculous. You guys, we have been telling you about all the fantastic products from Chef Man. We told you about the Chef IQ thermometers. We've told you about the Sonic ice machine that Daisy loves so much. And now there is an amazing new product. If you are a person like my mom who bakes for like huge amounts of people and you need a countertop extra oven, we got you, boo. We got you.
The Chef IQ oven, it's like a mini oven. It's really cool. It has like a little display on top of it too, and it connects to your phone because all of the stuff from Chef IQ connects to your phone. It's like all technologically cool. And it fries chicken, it bakes pizza, it grills steaks, it bakes bread, it cooks bacon, it like makes eggs, it bakes cakes, it does everything. Plus it air fries. So if you want to do air frying, which I do that all the time, it does that too. It does everything, you guys. I love mine because I don't like using my real oven I like using this. I like having like a counter oven and then I'll put it back in my pantry. I don't know. That's me. I like using it. So you can get your mini oven during the flash sale. You can save a boatload of cash. Visit chefiq.com. Use promo code CHICKS. They have a bunch of stuff. You know, if you haven't gotten the ice maker, you can get the Pebble ice maker still too. Head to chefiq.com, enter promo code CHICKS, and get all the smart kitchen stuff. They have so many cool things. So many cool things. Love it.
It is the best new sponsor. I'm just so happy.
Oh my God, I love all their stuff. And I'm not even a domestic person, and I love all of their stuff. Yes.
All right. Getting back to Caroline Leavitt and the presser yesterday, of course, they spent quite a bit of time referring back to Trump's presser earlier in the week, which was about crime in D.C. and sort of federalizing the police force there in D.C. to cut down on crime. One of the things that contributes to crime, of course, is homelessness, and lots of people being homeless and having mental illness issues. So she talked about how they plan to crack down on that. Here she is.
Metropolitan Police Department, with the support of the new federal agencies who have been surging on the streets of the District of Columbia, are going to enforce the laws that are already on the books here in Washington, D.C. For far too long, these laws have been completely ignored, and the homelessness problem has ravaged the city. So D.C. Code 22-1307 and D.C. Municipal Regulation 24-100 give the Metropolitan Police Department the authority to take action when it comes to homeless encampments. So homeless individuals will be given the option to leave their encampment, to be taken to a homeless shelter, to be offered addiction or mental health services, and if they refuse, they will be susceptible to fines or to jail time.
Fines I don't really get.
Because they can't pay them.
But the jail time I get.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to be like, this is the whole reason we're homeless, is because we can't pay them. Hello.
Yeah, let me just write you a check for that fine. That's just not going to happen.
The other options are good options.
Yeah. I mean, if they can go to a shelter,
right.
Hello.
Or if they require counseling, we're going to provide that for you. I think that these are all good options for these people.
Yes, absolutely. These are exactly the right options. Mm-hmm. And, they're cracking down on it. And I cannot understand all the people that are like, we're going to fight against fighting crime.
Why?
Because that's the new Democrat thing.
Exactly. Fight against anything that he wants to have happen, which are good things. Okay.
Right. So you know how she has someone from alternative media there in the press room a lot. Yesterday, it was Benny Johnson's turn, and he was there to talk about his own experience with D.C. crime. He's lived there for 15 years. Here he is telling a little bit of his story.
Resident of 15 years. I lived on Capitol Hill. I witnessed so many muggings and so much theft. I lost track. I was carjacked. I have murders on my Ring camera and mass shootings. I witnessed a woman on my block get held up at gunpoint for $20, and my house was set ablaze in an arson with my infant child inside. Jeez. And so to any reporter that says and lies that DC is a safe place to live and work, let me just say this. Thank you. Thank you for making this city safe, because no parent should have to go through what my family went through, having the fire department rip open their door to save their infant child. Nancy Pelosi has attacked the president for deploying the National Guard to the city, saying that it is to cover for his incompetence. Hillary Clinton has also attacked the president for securing the city of Washington, D.C. I'd like to get your response to Nancy Pelosi and Hillary Clinton.
Sure. Well, first of all, Benny, I'm so sorry that happened to you and your family. There have been, unfortunately, far too many victims of crime in this city, and I know the majority of residents in the District of Columbia agree with you. In fact, a new poll from the Washington Post I was reading this morning, this was released in May of 2024, so it's quite funny how many of you in the media agreed with what the president was saying yesterday, but now once the president says it, many of you are disagreeing with him. But this poll released by the Washington Post found that 65% of district residents think crime is an extremely serious or a very serious problem. And this was up from 56% last year. So the concern that you share with so many other residents in the District of Columbia is real. And that's why this president is taking action to address it. To get to the heart of your question, I think it's despicable that Democrats cannot agree that we need more law and order in a city that has been ravaged by violence, crime, murders, property theft. This should be a winning issue for all Americans.
But I mean, Trump said it, so we got to go against it, right? It just shows how rampant TDS is. And people are saying that he moved to Tampa. I would too. I wouldn't want to live in DC.
No, God, no.
I'd much rather live in Florida. Are you kidding? Tampa's beautiful.
I mean, especially when you got Governor DeSantis.
Totally.
So Benny also asked about the fact that Big Balls, who recently tried to get in the midst of a crime in progress and then ended up getting absolutely beat up in the process. Benny asked an interesting question of Caroline, and she entertained it as only she can. Here is that exchange.
To that, given the heroic actions of a member of this administration just a few blocks from this building, will the president consider giving the Presidential Medal of Freedom to Big Balls?
I haven't spoken to him about that, but perhaps it's something he would consider. I'll ask him and get back to you, Benny. Thanks for being here.
She's such a rock star.
I know, she really is. She totally is. There's nobody better.
There just isn't. I mean, she's so good. I have such a crush on her. She's so good. But to your point, the TDS is rampant in DC, and at MSNBC, I don't know this guy's name, the guy with the silver spiky hair. Very, very weird, spiky white hair. He is insisting that the crime is down, you guys. Everything is fine.
Relatively small crime problem is being used for specific authoritarian purposes that we know and understand. So let's be clear about DC does have one really big crime problem, which was the January 6th insurrection incited by the current president of the United States.
Oh my God. You're doing that? Really? He looks like he's a character from The Incredibles. Like, yes, doesn't he?
Yes.
Like, he should be in some sort of a comic. I can't with that guy. We're going to talk about January 6th in response to this. This is what they're doing. Who's tired of this shit? Raise your hand. I can't. They're going to be doing this 10 years from now. They're going to be like, but Trump, and Trump is going to be long gone. And they're going to be like, but Trump. And we're all going to be like, oh my God, these people are insane. I can't. I just can't.
I know. It's just so absurd that is what they're going with, but that's what they're going with.
That's it. That's all you got, dude. Okay.
So I will give a tiny bit of credit, an bitsy, teeny weeny bit of credit to Joe Scarborough, who was trying to admit to his various guests that maybe this is maybe there is some crime and maybe people are actually worried about it. He tried to get Simone Sanders to agree that maybe having more police around is a good thing. It's a good way to deter crime. She was not having it.
Police make streets safer.
No, Joe, I'm a black woman in America. I do not always think that more police make streets safer. When you walk down the streets of Georgetown, you don't see a police officer on every corner, but you don't feel unsafe. So what is it about talking about places like Southeast DC, right? Ward 8, if you will, that people say, well, we need more officers to make us safe. I think we have to rethink what safety means in America.
Okay, so let's just
redefine it. They always want to redefine it. They want to redefine everything. Let's transform it. That's what we want to. Okay.
Oh
they hate police until they need them.
Exactly.
And then they're like,
so true.
Call 911. Oh, okay, biatch. Because it's like, this is any time. Like, if she ever needs 911, they should be like, I'm sorry, we can't come to your house. Because this is what they do. They always say, I hate the police. I hate the police. I hate law enforcement. We don't need them. Let's redefine. Let's transform. Let's do X. And then they'll be the first people that are like, I really need the police.
Right. My car is getting stolen.
Right.
But there's no crime and defund the police. Okay. So Ericson tweeted about how just ridiculous this is too. He said, what we're seeing is Animal Farm. The white progressives insist there is no crime in DC because they live where there is no crime, often not even in DC. And because they don't see it or they're not victims of it, it does not happen. You talked about that yesterday with somebody on Facebook.
Yep. A lot of the people that I know that are like, but I stayed in this 5-star hotel and I was fine. So I don't understand why everybody is complaining about the crime because I didn't experience it. I had a lovely time when I visited DC. Really? Okay. Oh my God. So ignorant. It's so ignorant.
It's just like monkey can't see. You know what I mean? You think of them just going, there's no crime, there's no crime.
No.
Babylon B said, Democrat mayors report violent crime down 40% since they redefined violent and crime.
Oh my God.
It's so perfect though, right?
It really is. It is. It reminds me of like when they used to say there are no illegals coming into the country.
The border's secure.
Happening. Yeah, the border's completely secure. Remember when they used to say that all the time? And then they were forced to admit, oh crap, maybe we did let 20 million people in here unvetted. Oh shit. It's like, but remember for years they would say they didn't even acknowledge it. The only person that was acknowledging it was Bill Malusian with the hair on the border. He was the only person reporting that. And then they were kind of forced to talk about it after years of ignoring it, which is precisely what they're doing now. Same thing, different day.
It is. It's exactly the same thing. SE Cup, who I almost never agree with, actually made a really good point about this. And, I think she's one of the people, just like Anna Navarro, who claims to still be Republican.
What does SE stand for? Sad elitist? What does that stand for? Seriously. I'm being honest. Like, what does her name? I've always wondered what SE stands for.
I don't know. Does it say, we should look at Wikipedia and see if
we really
like
should.
I don't
Maybe
know
somebody can tell us. I don't want to look at it now. I like sad elitist though.
That does work. It works really well.
Works.
So I want to play that clip of her talking about how just wrong Democrats are in the way that they're strategizing about this whole crime in DC thing. But first I want to tell like a little bragging story, if I could, just really quickly. I told you this already before the show started, but you guys, this whole bond charge, the red light face mask. So I've used it like four times or so. And I used it on, I think it was like Saturday or Sunday. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I just sat with it for 20 minutes. I had it on, you guys. It looks like this. I know I've shown it to you before.
You're supposed to use it 10 to 20 minutes each session. Right.
So this is what it looks like. It Velcros behind your head and then you turn on the red light, right?
Right.
So I do it when I just really want to like chill and relax for 20 minutes. I take the time and I do it. So I didn't think anything of it. I put it away. The next day, I went to visit my husband in his office upstairs and he looks at me and he was like, your skin looks really good. And I was like, it does? He said, what are you doing different? I said, the only thing I have changed is this red light mask therapy. And he said, it's really doing something good for your skin. So now I'm like making sure to set aside time
You're
to
like,
do
I
it more.
Do it every day, twice a day. Right.
Right?
It's great.
So great.
It's awesome because it's not just skincare. It's like, it's awesome. Like the advanced red light, it's the good stuff, right? I mean, I was shopping around for one of these before we got the sponsorship and they were all like the hard shell. I didn't like any of them, right? This one is flexible. I really like it. It doesn't feel hot. It doesn't feel bulky. You can just like, you relax. I don't ever relax. So I can like, I walk around and I clean and stuff. I do all the stuff with it on, and I like to scare the dogs with it. That makes me gleeful. So it fits into my lifestyle. You can travel with it. It's rechargeable. It's just really awesome. This thing is so great. And you know how we're always about like don't F with your face, but this is one of those things where you don't have to F with your face, but it definitely helps with making sure that you don't look like a crypt keeper at some point. You know what I mean? So go to bondcharge.com and use code CHICK, save 15% on it. That's BONcharge.com and use code CHICKS for 15% off. Get a glow up, you guys.
I just love mine. And it comes in like a handy little
silky
bag. I just love it. It's just been such a great addition to the routine.
Yep.
All right. So getting back to SE Cup, she is 100% right on this point.
And the numbers can be what they are, but also people don't feel that way. And when it comes to two things, crime and the economy, feelings don't really care about your facts. And I can't tell you how profoundly stupid it is for Democrats to get up with their facts and their figures and their charts and their graphs and say, look, you're safe. Can't you read this chart, idiots? Why are you complaining? I'm showing you right here how safe you are, so shut up and move along. I don't have to tell you how profoundly stupid that is, because voters told you how profoundly stupid that was in 2024 when Democrats said, see these economic numbers? The economy's great. What are you complaining about? See these crime numbers? Crime's down. You're safe. See these immigration numbers? Obama deported way more. There's no migrant crisis. I can't tell you enough that politics is perception, and the numbers can be right, but you never tell voters they're wrong about how they feel.
But that was so perfectly stated. I have
It was.
to say.
Yeah, it was actually.
Because that's what they do. This is what they do. They insisted on so many things to gaslight us in the last administration.
Oh my
On
God.
every issue they gaslit us, and
Off
we're like,
the charts.
I mean, we're living in reality. We know you're
Right.
full of shit.
It was completely,
So-
the gaslighting was off the charts. And now they're like, no, it's fine. The crime's fine. You're not living with normal people. You guys are living in gated communities with all of your armed guards. F off. So don't tell me how you feel about it. Because we're living in reality and you're not. So yeah, okay.
Yeah. So Morning Joe was trying to talk more about this, to actually admit that there are Democrats who agree with Trump's actions in DC. He actually read a text that he got from a very liberal friend of his to a guest on his show, and it's just very telling.
And he says, this may sound controversial, but I'm not totally opposed to Trump's National Guard move in D.C. I know he's doing it for politics, but crime remains rampant. I've had too many friends carjacked, shot at. None of us will walk more than 3 blocks after 8 p.m. 13-year-olds are committing many of these crimes. Quite a change from a decade ago when things were much calmer. Well, that actually sounds like the D.C. that I lived in when I lived a block behind the Supreme Court. And, you know, every 3 days, one of my neighbors was getting held up at gunpoint. I mean, there has been a crime problem in D.C.
I mean,
I hate that he said he's doing it for politics. He's not doing it for politics. He's doing it because he wants to help.
He wants the city to be freaking safe.
Right.
The
He doesn't
city
want to live in
is mostly Democrats too.
Right.
That's what's so amazing to me.
And he doesn't want to live in a cesspool. He lives there now with his family. He doesn't want to live in a cesspool. How about that? He's not doing it for politics. Good Lord.
I know. But at least he's not trying to hide the fact that he's hearing from liberal friends of his who are like, yeah, this is actually, I'm glad that this is happening.
Exactly. Like, it's real. The crime is real.
Yeah. And he told Mika that it's not just, acquaintances of his, it's Democrats who are, for whatever reason, secretly agreeing with this whole policy. But in public, they're like, oh, this is terrible. He's a tyrant and he's a dictator.
God.
Here's what he said to Mika.
Back to the fact that, the people that are cheering this on privately are not like right-wing Republicans, are not MAGA people. A lot of our friends are in the media, and also Democrats that worked on Joe Biden's campaign, that worked on other campaigns, that are saying, yeah, I'd like to feel safe walking around this city. If the federal government can be a positive partner in keeping the streets safe, while, again, forming a partnership with the D.C. police and not taking over, then at least the people I've spoken with that live in D.C. day in, day out, see this as a positive step.
Lord forbid they agree with him,
Well, she didn't want to.
You could tell she was visibly uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't look good either,
She's married to
Joe. She's married to a guy that thinks he's a rock star.
He probably plays the banjo a lot.
He plays, he's like, I play the bass. Like, he's at nighttime, he does it. He's like, listen to my new song, Mika. And she's like, I want to stab myself in the ears, Joe.
Right.
Yeah.
So we gotta
give her a little bit of grace. Just a little bit of grace.
Now, she tried. She had a former chief of police on to talk about this. I think she was anticipating that this police chief would be like, this is not for the federal government to get involved in. However, that's not how it went.
What's your sense of how this will work? Well, I will tell you that after listening to the press conference yesterday, I feel much better this morning. Just in the last 24 hours, Chief Pam Smith of the Metropolitan Police Department has spoken with Terry Cole, the interim commissioner. As a former police chief, if somebody would have come to me and said, "Hey, we're going to bring 500,000 more law enforcement officers in to assist you," what's not to like about that? You could
Exactly. What is not to like?
Right? I swear.
So Pam Bondi also tweeted about this yesterday, saying, "I just concluded a productive meeting with DC Mayor Bowser at the Department of Justice. We agreed that there's nothing more important than keeping residents and tourists in DC safe from deadly crime. At President Trump's direction, the Justice Department will work closely with DC city government and the police department to make Washington, DC safe again."
How is that bad?
No one should exactly. No
How
one
is
should
that
have
bad?
a problem with this.
I know. And if you do, you suck. You're just
Right?
if you have a problem with this, you are a liberal with TDS. I'm sorry for you. Like, seek help.
Right, exactly. Now, the DC police chief, kind of a loser. Charlie Kirk actually tweeted about her. Her name is Pam Smith. She is the former chief equity officer.
Oh my God.
How that gave her qualifications to actually oversee the entire police department, I have no idea. But she doesn't even understand the term chain of command.
Oh
you
my
guys.
God.
I almost could not believe this. She was answering press questions, and somebody said, "Okay, so what's the chain of command going to be?" And she was like, "What?" And
What's a
Mayor
chain of command?
Bowser, Mayor Bowser had to come and kind of rescue her. Here is that moment.
Oh my God. Okay.
Tell us what the chain of command is now.
What does that mean?
Well, is it
Oh
Pam
my-
Bondi speaking to the mayor, speaking to you, or how does this work?
So
What does that mean? It really only just means the one thing.
I have no words. I see stupid people. Just so many stupid people. So many in charge all over the place. And it's because we had to check boxes. And you know what? If you're a Black person out there right now, you're like, why did you do that? Because it makes me look bad. Why did you do that? I mean, at the very least, you could have hired a smart Black person because we exist. But that lady's dumb. She's dumb. And it's just like, why do you do that? Why do you do it?
I don't know. It just makes no sense that
God,
she's
it's
actually
so
overseeing
stupid.
the entire department, and yet she is. All right. So just to put like sort of a fine point on this whole discussion about crime in DC and just what's going on with Trump and nationalizing everything. We have another episode from Diaper Diplomacy, and the cast of characters always gets me. So please enjoy babyfied versions of a whole bunch of people.
And if we need to, we're going to do the same thing in Chicago, which is a disaster. We have a mayor there who's totally incompetent. He's an incompetent man. And we have an incompetent governor there. Pritzker's an incompetent. His family threw him out of the business, and he ran for governor. And now I understand he wants to be president. But I noticed he lost a little weight, so maybe he has a chance. You know, you never know what happens. But Pritzker's a gross incompetent guy, thrown out of the family business. But when I look at Chicago and I look at L.A., if we didn't go to L.A. 3 months ago, L.A. would be burning like the part that didn't burn. They didn't give their permits. I went to a town hall meeting. I said, we're going to get you the federal permits, which are much harder. Almost immediately, Lee Zeldin is a star. He did an incredible job. They have all their federal permits. They don't have their city permits. And the mayor said to me, we think we could have them in 2 years. I was walking down the street, and I met with firemen and police. And I was saying hello to many people that were standing in front of their homes with yellow tape. You can't go in. You can't go onto the lot. And those people wanted to start rebuilding the homes then and there. And the mayor said, we should be able to get them the permits within 2 years. I said, that's a shame. 2 years. Are you kidding? I'm going to get them the federal permit like almost immediately. 2 years. And she drew it back. Well, maybe 1 year. The place was booing her out of the place. They don't have their permits to build their homes.
It's true. They don't.
God, I love
they don't have the
that. I love it
permits.
so
Pritzker, the
much.
baby Pritzker. It was so great. Epic. I love that.
Oh my God. But Lee Zeldin was my favorite because he was just so
He was
happy
just
to
like,
be complimented.
I'm here. I'm a baby. I'm here. Oh my God.
That was just the absolute best thing ever. And so too is Rough Greens, you guys.
It was a really good segue. For the doggies. Oh my! I have my door locked. Otherwise, I'd let the dogs in, and then you can see how much they benefit from Rough Greens. You guys, they love Rough Greens. My dogs love Rough Greens, especially the two. I think Theo and Bear probably love it the best. You know, they love it so much, and they've benefited. They benefited from it the most because they were sort of like the throwaway dogs that we adopted, and we don't know where they came from, but we got to see the benefits from Rough Greens and them probably the most. The changes like in their coat and their digestion and all that kind of stuff. Naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, he created Rough Greens. It's a natural supplement. It's packed with enzymes, probiotics. It supports digestion and immunity and overall well-being in your dog. You can have regular dog food. You can feed them whatever you want to feed them, and you just sprinkle the stuff on their dog food every single day. They just eat it right up. They lick it. They love it. They lick their paws clean. They love it so much. And it's live nutrition. It fuels their day. It really helps. It's fantastic stuff. It keeps them happy and healthy. It gives them shinier coats, less scratching, all the stuff that you want to see. And it helps them live longer. You want them to, you want them to live longer than I want them to live as long as possible. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? Like, it's like, this is the thing. So definitely I add it to their breakfast. I don't do it twice a day. I do it once a day for our dogs.
We do dinner time, but I
do
can
you do
see
dinner
where
time?
it would be like a good little energy booster for the morning.
I do breakfast for our dogs. So we just add a scoop at breakfast. You can go to roughchicks.com, use promo code CHICKS for a free jumpstart bag. It's a $20 value. You just cover shipping, and you can try it, see if they like it. They will. We promise. That's roughchicks.com, promo code CHICKS. Try it.
Do it.
You're going to like it.
All right. So there's a congresswoman by the name of Delia Ramirez. I can't remember which state she's from. Maybe Illinois. Doesn't matter. But she was speaking yesterday and actually referring, this is what Democrats do to words. Remember how the word racist used to be like the worst thing you could call somebody?
Now it's white supremacist because they've moved on.
And even that, like all the words that used to mean horrible, horrible things are completely diluted because of their overuse and misuse of these words.
Yes,
so now the new word that's completely losing its punch is terrorist, because people like Delia Ramirez are saying that ICE is a terrorist organization. She is a member
Tom
of
Homan, let me tell you, all over the country, we will continue to stand up for our rights, and we will continue to call out the terrorist organization that is ICE.
What are her shoulder pads? What was that? Those are terrorists. Oh my God. Like, seriously.
It was like a cape, like a magician's cape almost.
Oh my God.
Higher.
It was like square. What was that? Where do you
It was
even
not
buy
good.
that?
It wasn't good.
Somebody's going to send me an Amazon link immediately. I know they are. Because everybody's so helpful here.
ICE? She's calling our law enforcement people.
This is
terrorists.
This is what liberals are doing. This is what they do. It's insanity.
It's just nuts. It's absolutely nuts. You guys are going to love this. So apparently Ken Paxton, Attorney General there in your home state of Texas, he is taking action now to hold Beto O'Rourke in contempt for violating a court order and scamming Texans. He wrote, Beto's about to find out that running your mouth and ignoring the rule of law has consequences in Texas. It is time to lock him up. And then there was an official letter from the Attorney General. Can you read this, or is it too small?
I can try to read it. Less than 24 hours after the temporary restraining order was signed, Robert Francis told a crowd of hundreds in Fort Worth that he would continue fundraising in violation of the restraining order because there are no refs in this game. F the rules. Robert Francis is wrong on both counts. There is a referee, the Honorable Megan Fahey, and there are rules, namely that a person violating a temporary restraining order can be fined up to $500 and jailed for up to 6 months. Given Robert Francis's vulgar disdain for the rule of law and immense personal wealth, imprisonment is absolutely necessary to persuade him to obey the lawful restraining order issued by the Tarrant County Court. Beto told me to come and take, so I did, and I beat him in court. Now he still thinks he's above the law, so I'm working to put him behind bars, said Attorney General Paxton. Robert Francis flagrantly and knowingly violated the court order that I secured that prevents him from raising funds and distributing any more Beto bribes. He's about to find out that running your mouth and ignoring the rule of law has consequences in Texas. It's time to lock him up. I freaking love this. I love it so much.
Yes.
You guys have no idea how much I despise this man. I mean, seriously, he's a criminal and a scam artist is what he is. Like, let's review, shall we? Attempted burglary in 1995, driving while intoxicated in 1998. When he was 15 years old, he wrote a fictional short story under the pseudonym Psychedelic Warlord that depicted a disturbing fantasy of running over children with a car. This guy is a nut job. Plus, he's a furry.
Yeah, he's a furry on top of all of that.
And he's lost like a million times. And I can't, you lose count. They keep putting this guy up as a Democrat. I don't even know. He's some sort of poster boy for Democrats. And they sure can't pick him, can't they? I mean, this guy is a grade A loser.
Mm-hmm.
He's a loser in every sense of the word. He's a criminal and a loser. And so I hope he goes to jail for this. I hope he does.
Can you imagine? That will be glorious.
It would be so glorious. Cannot
God, I
stand
hope
him.
it happens.
Yeah.
And I also hope that Adam Schiff goes right to prison. Dan Crenshaw, who we are, of course, not huge fans of, but he retweeted a tweet from Kash Patel that we read earlier in the week about how they just declassified documents that showed that Adam Schiff wanted to leak to shape political narratives. And so Dan wrote, a Democrat staff whistleblower has confirmed it. Adam Schiff purposely leaked classified info, ordered his staff to illegally leak classified information that would hurt Trump. This isn't just politics, it's a crime. And Adam Schiff knew he was violating whatever code when he did it. He should be charged by the DOJ for his crimes. If he had any integrity, he would resign, but we know he won't. So the Senate should take action. As a sitting senator, he has access to classified information. He's proven himself to be a national security risk, and now senators must put our country before party and vote to expel him before he does any more damage. Now, I don't know that the Senate's going to do that, but Judge Janine is on the case, and Benny was asking her just yesterday, I believe, like how this case is progressing. And I appreciated the way that she answered that question. And I do have confidence that she's going to do all the right stuff. Here is Benny and Janine.
Adam Schiff, today, there was an FBI 302 that has now been declassified by Kash Patel. It's gone to Congress, and it's about Adam Schiff leaking classified information. It's a whistleblower from his office, and the documents are here and they're public. And Brett Tolman is saying, well, you listen, only the U.S. Attorney for Washington, D.C. can make a decision on a case like this. And so my question is open-ended. Have you reviewed his documents? Are you familiar with the Adam Schiff's and the criminal conspiracy to leak against President Trump? Do you plan on investigating?
You know what, Benny? I think you know that this is my wheelhouse. And the difference between me and some other people is that I don't talk about what I'm investigating. I don't talk about what I'm doing. When I have the evidence, when I have enough to go forward, you will hear from me loud and clear.
And I think we will. And I have faith in Janine.
I do have faith in her.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like her because she's mean.
And I don't think she's going to make promises she can't keep, right? She's not Pam Bondi. She's going to wait until she's got a rock solid go forward, and then it's going to be epic.
She's a different kind of animal than Pam.
Yeah.
I think
it's going to be.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I do. Mm-hmm.
switching gears to talk about Israel for just a moment, and actually there's another flotilla. Like, I guess it's a not just even one ship now. It's like multiple boats are going to go try to break the siege. I know.
I feel like it's something you can get at Taco Bell.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
have
like
the flotilla
tortilla
with cheese. Yeah,
right.
I
I would like a flour flotilla and
not corn. Yeah,
right.
It's so weird.
I hate it too.
I hate that
But
word.
it's a great point about Greta, who has completely forgotten about climate change, which was really the original Greta Thunberg thing, right? And so Dr. Eli David was on a panel recently talking about how this whole pro-Palestinian movement is exactly like the climate change movement. It's just a cult, and it's fleeting. These people have no actual values or beliefs. They just want to be part of the cult. Here he is to explain it a lot better than I am.
I think there are two forces driving what we see, the encampments in the US universities and all the Free Palestine cult. One of them is the jihadist Islamist sect. Again, the same people who want to drive us out of here. There are some of them funding the universities. Many of them are illegal immigrants, as Ambassador Friedman said, that the US is trying to kick out of the US. So that is one part of that. The other part is the current thing cult. The same idiots who were part of the climate cult until a while back, they're now part of the Free Palestine cult. Now, people like Greta Thunberg, now it's clear, they didn't care at all about the environment or the climate. It was just a stupid cult. And the same people have now moved to the Palestine cult. They don't know where is Palestine, where is Israel, where is Middle East. They cannot point it on the map. But they know that they're part of the thing. They are kind of more enlightened if they chant Free Palestine or Black Lives Matter or climate change. It's same stupidity and radical Islam. They are united together in Ivy League universities.
They're feeble-minded
so right.
sheep. They're joiners.
Yes.
These are joiners. You know who they are. You know.
They're followers. Yeah,
They're followers.
100%.
Yeah, they're the people who can't think for themselves. They don't know how to think critically. They're absolute joiners. I mean, you remember those kids from high school who were like, I'll just do whatever everybody tells me what to do. They're those kids. That's who they are. And they're like, oh, I get to wear a black and white scarf. Oh my God. So cool. I love it. I'm gonna wear it as like a bra
new
top.
object. Yeah. It's the shiny new object that they're grasping onto, and 6 months from now it'll be a whole new thing.
Something
and
else.
none of it means anything. It's
and
all
they're all like
nonsense.
Total sheep.
Total sheep. And it gets especially sheepy when they do their ridiculous protests and their lie-ins and their nonsense stuff. They're doing this in Apple stores now, all over the place. But there was one in Seattle where they just decided to like cover themselves in bloody sheets and like lay down on the floor of the Apple store. My favorite thing is just the fact that the workers and customers keep working and customering.
And like walk over them. That's what I would do. I'd be like, whatever. I'd just walk right over and be like, yeah. Oh my God. Freaking idiot.
So stupid.
Bunch of freaking morons.
From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free.
People in the background. I love it. They're all like, yeah, I'm here to get my phone fixed. And they're just all in the background getting help from the Apple nerds. They don't care. Nobody gives a shit, okay, that you're on the floor and that they all have iPhones too. And they're all from their upper middle class neighborhoods. They're going to go get a latte afterwards. Shut up. You spoiled
why
brats.
the Apple people won't just kick them out, I have no idea. Like why they tolerate this,
like,
I don't know.
Nobody cares. God.
I love that. And then also, I know everyone is hearing it constantly that Israel's committing genocide. Israel's committing genocide. It's been that as a notion has been debunked 72 billion ways to Sunday, but you can never hear enough reasons why it's not a genocide. And so this is the Trigonometry podcast, and it is I think a British fighter. I can't remember all of his many titles. His name is Andrew Fox, but he explains very clearly, even for the dumbest people out there, how this is not at all a genocide. Here's Andrew.
A genocide? No, emphatically not. Look, there's a key factor to genocide, and that is the dolus specialis of the intent. Okay, so normally if you committed a crime, went to court, it would be the burden of proof would be beyond reasonable doubt, 90% plus, certainty that you'd committed the crime. But the dolus specialis, it's 100%. It cannot be anything else for it to be intent for genocide. And if you look at the fact that Israel has sustained 3,000 casualties, that Israel has the capability to end this tomorrow. If they really wanted to wipe out 2 million Palestinians, they have enough firepower to do that. And they've demonstrated that repeatedly over the last year, that they have firepower beyond anything. Even the UK could bring to bear, quite frankly, and yet they're not using it. There've been more bombs dropped in Gaza than people have been killed. Either the IDF are the worst shots in history, or they're actually taking care with civilian lives. You don't give vaccines for polio to the entire child population of Gaza if you're trying to destroy them. You don't facilitate twice the amount of food aid going into Gaza as was going in before the war if you're trying to kill everyone. You don't put ground troops into harm's way and have 3,000 families in Israel who are now having to deal with the death and the injury of their loved ones. Why on earth would you do these things if all you wanted to do was to destroy Palestinians or Gazans as an ethnic group? It just doesn't make any sense.
You don't try to feed them. You don't try to feed them. You actually, if you wanted to kill them, you would kill them.
Right. And again, Israel has the means. They are literally the worst genociders of all time.
They could do it today. I mean, this is the thing. It is. I'm so sick of it too. I'm tired of it.
It's getting absolutely crazy. And so too is Tucker Carlson, who conducted one of the most egregious interviews that he's done yet. And there's been quite a few. He interviewed Mother Agapia, who happens to be George Stephanopoulos's allegedly sister, but she's got more of a mustache than most dudes.
More than he does.
Right.
Yeah. So, I was like, is that she? I know when I saw, I was like, is that a woman? Is it? I'm assuming. Okay. All right.
But this is a woman who is insisting without pushback from Tucker. And that is the main key here, that Hamas is not a threat at all. Like, I don't know what would make people think that Hamas is scary. This is an unbelievable moment. Just listen.
Knows that people don't always see the whole story. And we're just flooded with this message that those terrorists are coming to get us next, which is absurd.
Oh my God.
Has any member of Hamas or anybody of Palestinian come and threatened America as an American? No. That's not what they're about.
What the F?
The thing is but that's the tactic that's used, is that we have to plaster them as being these jihadists when they're nothing like that. I'm not saying it doesn't happen anywhere. I'm not totally ingrained in the community, but the vibe there isn't one of wanting everybody to convert to Islam and forcing it upon them at all. And the purpose of Hamas is primarily to resist and to protect their people.
Oh yeah, it's not at all terror. Yeah, she made him out to be like mistreated orphans.
Yeah.
That's what she tried to portray Hamas as, which is completely effing absurd. The whole thing was absurd. And I'm sure you're going to play the clip, but she talked about how like in Israel, Christians the population of Christians is declining, which is a blatant effing lie.
It's so much of what she said was lies.
It was just all lies. The whole interview was just lie after lie after lie. And he didn't push back, which is so antithetical to what Tucker used to be, which it's so disappointing to me that he's not the way he used to be. Like, what is it with the Tuckers and the Candaces now? Like, I used to look up to these people. I used to think these people are the alternative media. They're actually doing the work that journalists aren't doing. And now they're not. And I don't get it. Like what? And it makes you wonder. It's like, okay, this is why people are accused him of being on the payroll of like Qatar, or Qatar or whatever you want to call it, is because you look at that, you go, what? You can't push. She's lying. Like she's just flat out lying to you.
And he's got that face, that ridiculous Tucker confused face all the time. Like he's soaking it all in, and everything she's saying must be true simply because she's saying it on his show. I mean, it's just so irresponsible on his part and so disappointing in every way.
It really is. It's I mean,
we just canceled our Tucker like special membership or whatever, and because I'm just like, I cannot with you.
And so much of what she says takes 2 seconds to just go online and just you can say this is not true.
Right.
It's easy to just do that. But people won't do it.
And you don't even need to like fact check the part that we just played, which is her saying Hamas is not a threat to Christians. Hamas is not a threat to Americans. All you need to do is listen to a bazillion different clips out there of Hamas saying exactly what they're about. Here's an example. They're telling you what they want to do.
Right. Okay. Don't spare a single one. Annihilate the Zionists. Okay. Annihilate the Zionists. Oh yeah, they don't want to kill us. No, they don't want to kill us, Miss Stephanopoulos. They're there. I mean,
it just makes me so mad that he's gotten this bad.
I just don't and why? There's got to be a reason. I'm all about the why. Why is he like that? What is it? Why is he?
I don't know.
Why is he on that bandwagon? It cannot just simply be blatant anti-Semitism. It can't be. There's got to be something else. You know what I mean?
It does feel like lots more coordinated.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just bizarre to me. Like, why? Because at the end of the day, like I will say it a million times, they're not going to spare you, Tucker. They're not going to spare you, Candace. Like, I don't understand why. What is the long game for these people? Do you think Hamas is going to be like, well, I mean, they were nice to us on social media.
Right.
So,
right. They were anti-Israel, so we're going to like protect them.
We'll protect
that's not
them.
how they work.
Oh my God.
Speaking of Candace, this has nothing to do with Israel or Hamas. Amazingly, since most everything she talks about does have to do with Israel and Hamas, it actually has to do with AI. And this is one of those videos that Nathan Livingstone put together from Milk Bar TV. You should follow him if you're not, at Milk Bar TV on Twitter. Follow him. He's amazing. And he actually did a side-by-side of a couple different segments of Candace's show where on one hand, she is saying, you cannot trust AI at all. And on the other hand, she's trusting AI because it gives her when it serves her, she trusts it implicitly. When it doesn't serve her, she condemns it. And just showing the hypocrisy side by side is kind of an amazing thing to see. Here is the video that he put together.
Like, the future is AI. The future is artificial intelligence. Why are they pushing artificial intelligence on people? Is because, well, maybe it's right there in the name. They want you to be intelligent artificially. It's a veneer. You're not actually intelligent. You might be an idiot. But then I use the software that Xavier Poussard introduced me to, the World Economic Forum's Face++ software that he used to show that Brigitte Macron and Jean-Michel Trogneau. It's a really good software. And the more that I use it, the more familiar I am with how it works. And not to be mindful of that, but to forcefully reject these tech lords. I don't know how this software works, but I've learned to trust it. No chance. I am so off the AI train. I really trust that software, and it only further commits me to Xavier Poussard's research, which is that Brigitte Macron lived as Jean-Michel Trogneau. And that software has proven to me that she really has.
But like, also don't trust AI at all.
Yeah. I mean, trust it, but then don't trust it. Just depending on what day it is.
I mean, she is just a piece of work, man.
Okay.
I was not expecting that we would be talking about male cheerleaders, but we need to talk about male cheerleaders because there are 2 new ones on the Minnesota Vikings cheerleading squad. They have replaced 2 female cheerleaders with men for the 2025-2026 season. They are almost absolutely positively gay. And Not the Bee tweeted or posted an article saying the Vikings have 2 new cheerleaders and they're exactly what you would expect from a team that wears purple, which I just love the way that they put that because I too am not a fan of teams that wear purple.
Uh-huh.
But the question is, how do we feel about this?
Oh, I have feelings. I have feelings
Tell.
about this. I'll tell you why. Okay, so some people are like, this is not a big deal because they have cheerleaders in college and high school. Yes, they do have cheerleaders. It's a completely different thing. The cheerleaders in high school and college, that is a sport. They do stunts. They actually lift women up, and that is a completely different kind of sport. This is dancing. When you get into the NFL, it's all dancing. It's completely and totally different. These are dancers. And so
they're supposed to be women.
I wish that they would call it dancers. I wish they would call the NFL women and whatever this is. I wish they would call it dancers, not cheerleading, because it's not cheerleading, you guys. I have big feelings about this because I don't like it because they blur the lines. That's, I get really irritated about this, not just because I was a cheerleader in high school, but because there is a difference. Cheerleading is a sport. Dancing is, I don't think dancing is so much a sport as it is dancing. Dancing is dancing. Cheerleading is an actual sport. There is a difference.
And having, like, in colleges and high schools, the male cheerleaders are there to lift and spot, right? Like, they're not doing the same routines.
Well, they do. They'll still do some of the, like, you know, like little cheers, like chants and stuff like that. But those dudes are freaking big dudes lifting girls up, throwing them around. Their bases, they're strong. They are athletic. Not saying these guys aren't athletic, but these guys are dancers. Right. There's a difference. There's a total difference. The guys in high school and college are freaking athletes. And I give them total props because they do a lot of really hard stuff. When you look at competitive cheerleading, and I will go to the mat for those kids. They are freaking athletes. They do major athletic stuff. Dancing, yes, it's an art. I totally agree. It's an art, but it's different than the sport of cheerleading. They are two different things, very different things. I wish they would call this the NFL cheerleaders, what they are, and that is dancers. They are not cheerleaders.
And why are the cheerleading squads now allowing men to invade yet another space that was all about women? And women, like, to be fair, they, you know, I've always just been like, what is the point? They're just there, I guess, to, like, be sexy and, like, be titillating to the male eye.
Right.
And so now you're going to introduce two super feminine soy boy dancers to the why? You're ruining the whole reason that cheerleaders exist.
Yeah.
What is happening?
I don't know. I mean, the same reason that the NFL has done all sorts of stupid crap over the past several years, right?
This is
I mean,
dumb.
the NFL has lost their way in a lot of different ways. So I don't know. I mean, do people like seeing this? I mean, who's the demo for the NFL, right?
I guess gay dudes.
Is it? I mean, I
now
don't know.
It's gay dudes, I guess, are supposed to, I guess there's these two men, boys, whatever, are supposed to appeal to gay dudes. Because they sure as hell don't appeal to straight women when they're dancing around like the women.
Yes.
They're absolutely, they give me the cringe, like, so hard.
And I don't want to get emails about, I think dancing is competitive too. I just think they are two different things. So please don't send me emails and tell me, oh my God, dancing is, I agree. Dancing is competitive. Dancing is hard, but they are two completely separate sport things. They're two different activities. One is dancing, one is cheerleading. They are separate.
They are different. Indeed.
Yes.
All right. My husband and I have spent a lot of time recently talking, agonizing, worrying, being concerned about what kind of girls are out there for our son to date. We are hoping that at some point he finds a nice, sweet, normal girl who isn't like so many of the videos that you see now of girls just being
skanky,
gross skanks who have these impossible demands of the men that they date that are superficial and disgusting. And that is what you're about to see from this TikTok or whatever, from a woman talking about her demands of her next dating partner. You'll hate her, but this is what's out there.
Diabolical things I want in a man. Number 1, height. My man's gotta be above 6'2". My last 2 boyfriends were 6'3". Both of them. And they were jacked. And they looked really good. How am I supposed to downgrade from that? So, unfortunately, my next man will have to be 6'2" and up. Number 2, you can't have a gut. I need you built. I need you fit and going to the gym multiple times a week. I'm sorry, I'm just not gonna date a fat guy. If I can be in the gym 5 days a week and be fit and care about how I look, you can do it. Number 3, he cannot have a salary cap. Whatever career he's in, he needs to have multiple streams of income, and we need to be able to make as much money as possible. That's why I will never date a guy who works in like corporate. What is your 100K salary cap gonna do for me? The max you'll ever be able to get to is like what, 150? Yeah, no, we're good. I need you in a career that is going to make us money. I am a lover of luxury. I like expensive things. I like expensive vacations. So will you if you're my man. So we need a career that can support that. Number 4, whenever we travel, he's got to be flying his business. I'm sorry, we're not sitting in economy together. It's just not happening. Again, this is where the lack of salary cap is really going to help. And number 5, he's got to have a really nice watch. I'm not really impressed when I hear somebody has a Rolex anymore because those can be really cheap. I would much prefer if you had an AP or a Patek and maybe multiple of them. The Rolex can be your day watch and it still better be 50K plus.
I hate her.
God.
I just hate her.
I hope that that's parody. You know what I mean? Because like, if that's representative of like a lot of girls now, I just despair over that. You know? She's trouble. Girls like that make me sick. I don't know if it's parody or not. Cause I mean, I see a lot of girls in the Instagramosphere who are very materialistic, you know, it's gross. Like, where is your mother? Where's your father? Like, she was like, my last 2 boyfriends were 6'3", and they were stacked. You broke up with them. Like, they're not with you.
Or they broke up with you because you're a bitch.
Right. So maybe there's some self-reflection that needs to happen there.
Obviously not any self-reflection. Yeah. We don't know who broke up with who, but I'm going to guess that maybe they broke up with her. Maybe.
Also, this just made me laugh because progressives are so freaking weird. So this is actually in the UK. This is in Southampton. There's a council meeting that's being had that isn't just about human needs of Southampton, but also non-human needs. And so they're entertaining people who are coming as in character of non-human citizens. This is a thing. I'll just let you see for yourself.
I am a butterfly. I am here to represent all the insects. I am the foxglove, and I represent all the wildflowers.
What am
I am nettle, and I am here because we have been misunderstood.
What? This is an interspecies democracy meeting. So it's a theatrical council meeting. We are inviting people to represent non-human residents of Southampton.
Oh my God.
And they are going to put forward questions and motions as you would in a council meeting. So we're exploring what it means to understand the perspectives of our non-human neighbours in the city.
Oh, no. No. We have got to bring back mental institutions. We've got to bring them back, you guys, all over the world. What in the world?
Oh my God.
What did we just witness?
I don't know.
What was the thing with the horse head? What was that? What was that thing?
Maybe it was representing horse flies. I don't know.
Was that, you guys?
I don't know. But that's a thing that's happening. So FYI.
Okay.
And then also another problem with lefties is that they have such an overblown sense of self-importance that it's actually stunning to watch. And I've got 2 examples to share with you. One is Cynthia Erivo, that terrifying dragon nail lady
with the
hands and the singing. She's a very talented singer. But just this absolutely overinflated ego. It's so over the top and they don't even see how ridiculous they are. But here's an example of her at some sort of awards, something or other, where she's talking about her pronouns and like how important they are. And it's just, you guys, it's laughable how much they think of themselves. Here's Cynthia.
It isn't easy. None of it is. Waking up and choosing to be yourself. Proclaiming a space belongs to you when you don't feel welcome.
Oh my God, the drama.
Teaching people on a daily basis how to address you and dealing with the frustration of reteaching people a word that has been in the human vocabulary since the dawn of time. They, them. Words used to describe pedantically 2 or more people.
God,
poetically,
I'm exhausted.
a person who is simply more.
I'm exhausted by her. I'm exhausted.
Oh my God. You haven't seen Exhaustion yet, though.
And she's like, acting. I am in theater. I can't. Just shut up, lady. Just
that
shut
was
up.
bad enough. But then do you remember Brooke Baldwin?
Yes.
Was it ABC? I don't remember what station it was, but she used to be she was a big time journalist. She's the one that you remember there's that off camera diatribe where she's talking about the Epstein thing, right? And she was like, I had Bill Clinton, we had all the story, and then the story was squashed, blah, blah, blah. So she too then ended up getting fired along with a co-worker of hers because they were having an affair. They were both married.
No, that's not Brooke Baldwin. That's Amy.
Is it not?
No, it's Amy. What's her name? I can't remember her last name. Amy. What's her name?
Is it not the same person?
No, Brooke Baldwin's not the one that set it off air and got fired. It's Amy. I can't remember her last name.
Okay,
she was married.
Yes,
Amy Roback got.
That's
she's
right.
the one who had an affair, and she was married to Andrew Shue.
Yes,
she's the one that. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
totally different than. Okay, so Brooke Baldwin is the person that had the story, right?
Right.
Or was that Amy Roback?
No, Amy Roback is the one that had the story, but Brooke,
on Epstein.
On Epstein, right?
Okay, I'm totally mixing them up then.
Yes,
you are. Brooke Baldwin was still part of news now, but she's not anymore. She's retired from news, right?
I think so. Yeah, I haven't seen her in forever.
Okay, why am I mixing those two up? But Brooke Baldwin, I don't know what she's doing now. I have no idea. But I don't know if this was a TED Talk or what the audience was for what you're about to hear. But Brooke Baldwin also has a major case of an overinflated ego and an overinflated sense of self. And this is the kind of stuff, this hyper focus on the self to the point where you're just like, you need to go touch some grass. You are not that big of a deal.
Right.
That's what I thought the entire time that I heard this. Here is Brooke.
I am no longer CNN's Brooke Baldwin. I am just Brooke. I realize I've been asking the wrong question, which was, why me? And now I know. In fact, it's this. Who am I? And where did I go? Thanks to those imaginal cells, those teeny tiny cells of the butterfly, I realized I was here all along.
What in the hell are we listening to? No. What? Oh my God. Yeah, they do look alike. You're right. They do look alike, Mock.
Yeah, I completely mix them up.
They could be sisters. She's doing a Netflix game show now. So she's very important.
Very important.
Very important. She's doing important game showy Netflixy things.
Okay. So I don't know what that was, but that was ridiculous.
It was That's what that was.
Right here.
We need to do that more often just to make sure that people understand that we're very dramatic.
Very dramatic. All right, moving on to some fun stuff. I never imagined that Scott Jennings would be part of my Pillow Talks, but he was really funny the other night. And so he is our first My Pillow Talk, and he is talking about, well, I'll just let him say. This is so cute. This is like Scott at his best.
Look, like the rest of you, I put my pants on one leg at a time.
Oh, dear Lord.
The difference is when I do, I deliver common sense to the American people, which is why my album is called The Cowbell of Common Sense. And I think we can all agree we need more cowbell.
Is that you?
Face. Look at his face on that hair.
So good for Saturday.
That is
The
wait,
studio.
disturbing Photoshop. Is that you?
That's my album cover.
Slightly terrified.
Literal, I made an album cover. I stole this cowbell from John Berman's desk.
Looks like a goat.
And I am a...
Wow.
I don't know how to feel.
I think the Congressman knows he's actually been in the band and
This
has
is
an
going to
album.
go viral.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to say whether it's going to be a good viral or a bad viral.
I think good. I'm
telling
just
you.
saying. Never question Scott Jennings.
Never question Scott Jennings.
Okay, coincidentally, the subtitle of our book is Life, Liberty, and a Crap Load of Common Sense.
Indeed.
Just putting that out
It's why
there.
he likes to refer to us as being cosmically connected.
Right.
And that is just another example of that.
We're like his soul sisters. That's right.
I just love that. Also, you need to be aware, particularly if you are in the Fort Collins, Colorado area, that there are zombie bunnies now.
I love Fort Collins.
Well, I'm just telling you, you need to be aware that there are bunnies, and it's not just there, but this is an example of where they've been seen. But there are bunny rabbits being infected with this weird virus that makes them grow horns out of their face. And it's so sad, you guys. So
we have pictures?
We have one picture. So it's like they just turn into these disgusting horned creatures.
I wonder why. Like, why?
I don't know. Apparently it doesn't hurt them unless the horns start growing out of like their eyes or near their eyes or whatever. But this is what it looks like, you guys. It's so sad.
Oh my God, these poor bunnies.
I know. So they're like these crazy zombie bunnies, and you just need to be aware that you need to stay away because they're not exactly sure if this virus can be a thing for people.
No.
But yeah, just be careful. I know this isn't a normal My Pillow talk, but it's a cute animal,
but people
so that's
need
where
to
it fits.
know. It's definitely not a jackalope because we have jackalopes like here in Texas. They're big. They're big, and that they don't have crap coming out of their face.
Yeah,
they have big ears, you know, and like that is really disturbing. That makes me sad.
I know. I should have put the "Don't F with your face" music
Yeah,
after this.
Don't
but
F
it's
with
not
your
the bunny's
face.
fault.
It's not
It's
the
not
bunny's,
the bunny's fault.
No, but listen, this is where Lisa Rinna is heading if she's not careful.
That's the thing.
Just
That
don't F with
is
your
the
face,
thing.
you guys.
Don't F
This
with
is
your
what
face.
happens.
Precious story from a new freshman punter on the football team at University of Nebraska. He's an Aussie kid who is obviously miles away from home. And he did his first presser yesterday. His name is Archie Wilson. And he was asked about how hard it is to be away from family. And he got so emotional, you guys.
So what's it like being first time you're away from them?
Yeah, that part's hard. I mean, I'm sorry.
Oh my God, every mom wants to hug him. Oh my God. Bring him to me.
Yeah, I love him a lot.
Oh, honey.
Yeah, I've got two little brothers and my mum and dad, and yeah, that's the tough part about being here. I love them a lot and I miss them. But it's, I mean, they know this is what's best for me, and it's good. I can still talk to them plenty over the phone, and they're coming here to see the first few games, so I'm looking forward to that.
Oh my God, Nebraska moms, go give him hugs.
Isn't that the sweetest thing you ever saw?
It's the sweetest thing. All the dads are like, get a grip. And then all the moms, sack up. And all the moms are like, oh my God, I'm going to go bake him cookies and give him hugs. I would totally, if I lived in Nebraska, I would seriously go there. I would go there. I'd be like, listen, I don't even bake, but I will get you some stuff. I will get you a care package. I will go give you all the men are like, toughen up. Wussy. Oh my God, bless him.
So
He's in a
precious
whole country, you guys. Whole other country. Can you imagine?
Yeah. And it's so expensive to travel home or for his parents and family to come to see him.
He'll be home
it's
like once a year.
Australia. Oh my God, that just broke my heart wide as open.
I know, right? I will hug the shit out of that kid. God bless him. I cannot imagine.
And now I'm going to follow that team because now I'm going to be like, oh, Archie. You know what I mean? Like, I just am going to love
how's he
them.
doing? Is he okay?
Right?
Oh my God.
I just hope they have a good season and then it's
I
all
hope
worth
so
it.
too. I know. Bless his heart.
All right, it is Dad Joke Wednesday, and so we do have a black lab here to participate in Dad Joke Wednesday.
They yell at Edgar Allan Poe when he nearly walked into a tree.
What?
Poetry!
Poetry!
I thought it was going to be AI. I was waiting for him to actually say it because I can't tell these days, you know? Bless his heart.
Also, this is going to fit into the category of would you do this or not, or is this a big fat nope? For me, it's a nope, obviously. But it's would you participate in an activity that basically turns you into a human dart? Here's what it looks like.
Yes, I would have done this in my 20s and 30s. Now I can't because I mean my my bones would just break. Everything would break. You know, it would just be like everything would break.
I mean, you're just flung against Velcro.
But
Essentially,
in my 20s, I would have absolutely done this. I would have been like, "I'll do it. I'll do it." Like I'll drink some Bartles and James and do it. Yeah. Totally.
And speaking of being hurled, that is exactly what happened to this unsuspecting little moppy dog. Check this out.
Oh my God. That dog. It's like I did not ask to be owned by her.
Oh my God, I love that so much.
So great.
And then we also have a prank. This happened in a Home Depot or a Lowe's type of thing. So the prankster pretends to be affected by the prank. And then it's just sweet because it's like two dudes just looking out for each other. And so I just loved everything about this.
You okay, man? You okay?
Oh my God. What are they doing? What are they doing?
I mean, the dude put the bucket on his head. He's the one that did it.
Yeah, and then they became friends instantly.
And then they became friends.
Mhm.
Okay, now we have either like a groundhog or like a prairie dog. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay, so I just saw a snippet of this. I showed this to my family the other night. I'm like, what is this animal? Everybody had a different answer in my family.
Really?
Yeah.
So we don't know.
Our son's like, it's a groundhog. Somebody else said it's a prairie dog. My husband's like, it's a marmot. I have no idea.
Is there maybe that's like all like just different words for the same thing?
No idea.
Is
you
that
guys
possible?
I have no idea what this is, but I love it. I love this.
Oh my God, I love it too. And so basically the caption is saying, never before have we seen clearer instructions from an animal. And you'll see why. He's getting the pats.
Oh my God, he's so cute. I love him.
And he's like, wait, why did you stop?
Excuse me.
Here's what you need to do right here.
I'm gonna need you. Excuse me, just like that. I love him. I love him. What is it, you guys? What is it? My husband's like, it's a marmot. Honey, I really?
mean,
what? It's a prairie dog, right? It's a prairie dog.
But it's also a groundhog, right?
The Irish Trish said that prairie dogs and groundhogs are different.
They are? Okay.
I think it's a prairie dog.
Okay. I don't know. I thought those were basically the same thing. So I have no idea. Somebody just asked if we're no longer on Instagram Live. And yes, that is correct. We are not. We've been banned from there for a year.
Yeah.
So we cannot.
Can't control her mouth. She can't control herself, you guys. It's all her fault.
Me. It's not me. I don't think it's me. I'm pretty sure it's not me.
It's me. I'm the problem. It's me.
Mm-hmm. By the way, Taylor Swift has a new album coming out. If anybody
cares.
knows.
I've been informed by people in my family.
So
nobody cares.
Anyway,
nobody cares.
Last one before we get to some thank yous, and that is of raccoons.
I already got the wood because I can hear them today.
Oh my God! Hi
He's
guys.
waving.
Oh,
Hey,
you just wave hello.
Hey, how
Get
you
the
doing?
fuck out of here.
And that one's like, don't wave. What are you doing?
They're going to be onto us. We can't let them know that we understand them. The humans can't know. I totally love it.
Oh my God, I love that so much.
great.
Okay, so I've seen a whole bunch of Venmos come through during the show today. Let me just refresh my little screen and make sure I capture all of them. Let's see. Jessica Dickerson says, what do you call blind German soldiers?
What?
Kelly Wiseman says, Happy Dad Joke Wednesday, you jerks. What is a sheep's favorite game?
What?
Badminton. All my love.
Good.
XOXO.
That was good.
Shane Medlin says, hey, jerks, where do pirates get their hooks? At the second-hand store. Take my stupid doubloons.
Oh, my God.
Deanna Hale says, is Mock going the hunting wives on Carolyn Levitt? I don't know what the hunting wives is. What is that?
Oh, the hunting. I've watched the entire series. It's all a bunch of like lesbian sex. That's all it is. It's like it's all Republican women. This is what Netflix has done. If you watch it's actually a really good, it's like if you watch Dallas, it's like 2025's Dallas on steroids with a bunch of lesbian like activity. My daughter-in-law was like, you got to watch the series on Netflix. And I watched it and I totally got, and I couldn't stop watching it because it's so like the twists and the turns and it's crazy and it's dramatic, but there's just, it's just out there. It's totally out there. Like you basically find yourself going, what the heck am I watching? It's that. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't want to have lesbian sex with Caroline Levitt.
No,
I would just like to make that clear.
Just a girl
I just have a little girl crush on her.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly Lambertus says, morning, chicas. I have been listening for quite a few months thanks to my friend Tiff. I want to shout out a happy anniversary to the couple, Steve and Tiffany. Also, Dad Joke Wednesday. Did you know that diarrhea is hereditary? It runs in your genes.
See what you did there.
Karen Marisco says, my sister tried to tell my sister who lives in California that illegal immigration isn't a problem. Well, my sister from California gave her a firsthand experience of how big a problem it is. Shut that narrative down. Difference from listening to the news and someone who lives there. Love the chicks. Thank you very much. Sharon Pack says, how can you tell if a joke is a dad joke? It's apparent. Thanks for starting out my mornings great every day. Over on Locals, Minnesota Solar Baby says, someone should have walked around the ass hats laying on the floor in Apple and passed out pacifiers to these weak, pathetic waste.
They would have liked that. They would have been appreciative of the pacifiers. Right.
Same person said, those women need to back off the drugs. And Connie MJ says, that's where I live. I don't think this is true. I'm assuming that's in reference to the zombie bunnies, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. There were a lot of pictures, more than just what I showed. So there was a whole thing about the virus and like what it's called and all that stuff. So
I feel so bad for the bunnies.
I know. It is really sad. All right, now you.
All right, JLN258. It's Stroke Gen. You guys, as a baby Gen Xer, I am certain that I've been afflicted with the curse many of you wise and brave women who have gone before me have suffered or are suffering. Yes, the milestone of cougar puberty is upon me.
Cougar
it's true.
Puberty.
Menopause. We were just talking about menopause before the show. It's cougar puberty. That's right. Cade Gonzalez or 6173, 2 days behind. Sorry, another death, but I'm a normal Republican, chair of my local county, fighting for conservative ways. Oh, and trans. Okay. Cade Gonzalez or 6173. My motto, wipe your ass, pay your taxes, and treat everyone how you want to be treated. Rest doesn't matter. Love you, chicks. Thank you. The Brian Brumley. I went to the Tate's website and clicked on accept all cookies. I'm still waiting. Take my cookie money.
I know. Every time I accept cookies, I'm like, where are they?
Where are they? Aaron Krieger. Why can chickens only make one sound? They can't think outside the box. Happy Dow Chuck Wednesday. Take my money. Penny Purdue 3999. I got my healthy cell and took my first one this AM. The healthy hair, skin, and nails because my hair is horrible. Hope it helps me like it has Daisy. Tomorrow is my 50th. Love you, ladies. Have a great day. Happy early birthday, Penny. And I hope it works for you too because it has been a godsend for me.
Just keep doing it. Like give it, give it a couple months and you'll see.
Give it like 2 or 3 months. I promise.
You're gonna nails.
It's gonna. You'll see.
Control.
Yeah, you'll see a difference. JD Mans, still 2.5 months to New York mayoral election. Think it would be better for Cuomo to raise an anti-socialist campaign. Adams can't win and should drop out.
Yeah.
Stroke Jen, what do you call a snowman with a six-pack? An abdominal snowman. What do you call a belt made of watches? A waste of time. Happy Dad Joke Wednesday. Curio 2369, Daily Double. Which animal has the largest chest? A zebra. What does the horny toad say? Rub it. Take my money, jerk.
Rub it.
Rub it. Karen Elliott 2903, take defund police folks from 911 services. I totally agree. Yeah. Yep. I mean, it's kind of like if you're going to say defund them, then you shouldn't be able to use them, right? RNRM 1331. I tried to change my password to beef stew, but it wasn't stroganoff. Also, PB is an LLWL.
Pam Bondi is a lying liar
who lies. Here's my money. Balls. Reba Henry 6242. I live in the DC metropolitan area and I don't go into DC. I'm afraid to go into DC. There's actually no safe place in DC. These shootings and crimes are random throughout the city, right? Leek Heiser 6209. What does Daisy's Great Danes and her phone have in common? They all have caller IDs. Please take my money, jerks. I love that, Lee. Stroke Jen. I thought swimming with sharks was free, but it ended up costing me an arm and a leg. What is the main ingredient in pickled bread? Dill dough. Artner 1331. Next, we'll see the San Francisco 49ers respond with hold my white claw. Maybe they'll hire some sisters of perpetual indulgence. Lord help us, right?
Right.
Randy Craig, Dad Joke Wednesday. Everyone is accusing me of plagiarism. Their words, not mine. Take my shekels. I love the chicks. Thank you, Randy. All right, we're bringing it in.
Thanks, everybody.
We have an interview to run to. Hopefully it'll work out this time. We've had to reschedule this one. So hopefully this one will work out. You guys,
and if we do it, then we'll tell you about it tomorrow in advance of it being released Saturday.
We're not going to tell you about it right now. We'll tell you about it tomorrow. So you guys have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Hello, beautiful people. This is the Chicks on the Right's Indian correspondent. Thank you for watching or listening. Be very sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on all of their delicious content. Okay, thank you. Come again.